From Trump's love for Saudi Arabia, we turn to his plans for China. U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth is in Japan. He's basically the American defense minister. He is in Japan and he has been sent by President Trump himself. Pete Hegseth's task is clear: prepare for war with China. This is his first visit to Asia in his current role. His first stop was in the Philippines. Hegseth announced unwavering support for Manila. The US and the Philippines are expanding their ties. Both nations see China as a threat, but the optics in Manila were rather tame. Two joint press conferences were held. Both lacked substance. It was the usual diplomatic stuff. Both sides spoke of securing the Indo-Pacific region. There were multiple mentions of maintaining the status quo, and they agreed to increase deterrence. China was mentioned just once. Taiwan was not mentioned at all. All of this was in Manila. Then Hegseth went to Japan and his tone changed completely. He has made some big announcements in Tokyo. One, the US is recommitting to Japan. Two, the US will send more troops to Japan. And three, a new war-fighting command will be established in Japan. Listen to this.
America's warriors stand shoulder to shoulder every day with their Japan Self-Defense Force counterparts. Our forces operate and train together across all domains to uphold deterrence. America and Japan stand firmly together in the face of aggressive and coercive actions by the Communist Chinese. And with that, I want to announce that the Defense Department has started phase one of upgrading U.S. Forces Japan to a joint force headquarters.
Hegseth directly named China as a threat, and he said this in Tokyo. So clearly, Trump is pivoting hard towards Japan. He's creating a new war-fighting command. What does that mean? What is a war-fighting command? You see, as of now, the U.S. has many soldiers in Japan, more than 55,000 troops, according to the latest reports. More than 55,000 American troops in Japan. It is the largest overseas deployment for Washington. These American troops are scattered across Japan, mostly in 8 major bases. But there are nearly 120 U.S. military facilities. I'll repeat that for you. 120 military facilities in Japan are American. And all of these come under one unit. It is called the United States Forces Japan. This unit is a subordinate of the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command. It oversees logistical and administrative tasks in Japan. And now this unit will get its own war room, because Trump sees Japan as the first line of defense. So the U.S. commander in Japan can now launch offensive missions. And this is a major shift in the American doctrine. Until now, they were only training Japanese forces. They were not meant to launch attacks. So this is a serious upgrade. Listen to this.
This also means reorganizing U.S. Forces Japan into a warfighting headquarters, increasing its staff and giving its commander the authorities needed to accomplish new missions. As I mentioned in our meeting, America and Japan, we seek peace. But as my first platoon motto says, those who long for peace must prepare for war. We must be prepared.
Hegseth said the U.S. and Japan must be prepared for war. His message has surely calmed nerves in Tokyo. Why do I say this? What was Tokyo worried about? Donald Trump's utterances. Just earlier this month, Trump had different plans for Japan. He wanted to end the U.S.-Japan Security Treaty. This is a treaty that was signed way back in 1960. It allows the U.S. to have these military bases on Japanese soil. And it has been the cornerstone of America's Indo-Pacific strategy. Japan depends on the U.S. for security. It doesn't even have an army of its own. The Japanese only have what they call a self-defense force. But they've had a treaty with the U.S., a treaty that has held for 75 years. Then Donald Trump happened. He wanted to shred this treaty. He said America should not defend Japan because Japan does not offer security guarantees to the U.S., which is true, but only partially. You see, the U.S. is like a bodyguard for Japan, but Tokyo is not freeloading. Japan pays almost $2 billion every year for this American security. $2 billion. This covers operational and housing costs for the American troops. Uncle Sam is clearly a costly security service provider. And there's more. This pact gives the US access to prime real estate. There are American facilities on nearly all of Japan's strategic islands, like Okinawa, which is the closest Japanese island to Taiwan. It also houses the largest American base in the Indo-Pacific, so it makes sense for the US to have Japan as a strategic ally. And Donald Trump knows this. He's trying to arm twist them to get a better deal. That's classic real estate tycoon behavior. But it's also counterproductive because ending the security pact with Japan will be a setback to the US. America's strategy against China is incomplete without Japan. And Pete Hegseth's visit is an admission of that reality. He has set the tone with a new war command and additional troops. Clearly, Trump is in no mood to let go of Japan.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Bluntly, Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.